Hello everybody, and welcome to the fall semester. My name is Bill Lucio, and I will be your instructor for Speech 200, which is interpersonal communication. This class was my favorite class that I took when I was in college, and in fact, it was one of the reasons why I decided I wanted to be a speech teacher. We take public speaking as a required class. If some of you haven't taken Speech 101 here at Harper yet, I do teach that as well. But that is a required course in the state of Illinois. You cannot graduate college without taking public speaking. And interpersonal communication is in the same field as public speaking. We call that communication studies. But it's more focused on how we communicate to others based on our relationship with them, the context that governs the situation, and all of the emotions and perceptions and other kind of outside factors like culture and sex and gender and nature versus nurture and all of that stuff that basically construct and form our identities shapes how and why we communicate. So throughout this semester, we're going to be learning a magnitude of things such as how communication can be gendered and sexualized, how men communicate is often different than how women communicate, and when you layer sexual orientation and gender identity on top of that, you start to see more masculine and feminine forms of communication and why that might be. We'll talk about how our perceptions and the way that we see the world and view each other shapes how we communicate. We'll talk about how emotions govern what we say and what we do. We'll talk about our nonverbal communication and how our body language might communicate something that differs from what we're actually verbally speaking. We'll talk about how we communicate with our boyfriends and girlfriends and partners and how that style of communication differs from how we would communicate with our brothers and sisters or aunts and uncles or our bosses and colleagues. We'll talk about deception and lying and a bunch of other stuff. I think that this is an incredibly fun class. Typically, this is a very hands-on class, so we're going to change things up a bit from what I normally do to make it more online focused. You're going to be watching a lot of different media content. For example, early on in the semester, I'm going to introduce you to one of my favorite TV shows of all time, Lost. We'll watch a couple of episodes of Lost, and we'll use that to kind of talk about gender and perceptions and self-concept and those kinds of stuff. We're going to watch an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is one of my favorite episodes ever written for TV, period. We'll use that for nonverbal communication. We'll end the semester by watching the 2017 almost Oscar-winning movie La La Land to talk about romantic partnerships. And we'll watch some clips from Friends, The Office, Modern Family, some Disney shorts along the way. So I think that you'll really enjoy the type of information that you're going to learn in this class. I think you'll enjoy the videos that I'm going to have you watch, the lessons that I'm going to post, and some of the discussions that we might have. I do want to let you know that you'll be in charge of you'll be responsible, I guess I'm in charge, for a lot of writing assignments in this course. Typically, I assign papers. So you might have an essay that you'll have to turn in on Blackboard. You might have a discussion board prompt. You might have a blog that you have to keep updated. So more on that is going to be coming soon next week when the class actually starts. I did want to just kind of post this welcome video, email this out to all of you so you can get introduced to me and have a little bit more information about the class. You are going to want to buy the textbook for this class. It's titled Interpersonal Communication. I'm using the 4th edition. It's by Corey Floyd. The 3rd edition would work just fine. It might be a little cheaper. The only problem if you get an edition before the 4th one is the page numbers might not match up, so you're going to have to kind of pay attention to the chapters. that we're reading and less of the pages, but you can purchase it through Amazon. I posted that in the course materials tab, and I also posted the link to the Harper bookstore, so you can purchase it through the Harper bookstore as well. On the Harper bookstore, you can purchase a loose leaf binder, which is kind of what I have here. It's not an actual textbook. It just comes with like the loose textbook, and you purchase a binder for it. You can get the digital copy, and then on the Harper website, you can also purchase the hardcover version. It is a little bit on the more expensive side, but I think that this is a phenomenal textbook. It's got great updated pop culture references. You'll see pictures of singers that you know, TV shows that you've watched. I really think that this is an excellent textbook. It's one of my favorite interpersonal communication textbooks on the market. So while it is a little bit more expensive, I think it's very engaging and it's an easy read. We are going to be using the textbook extensively throughout the course, so please, please, please purchase it as soon as you can. If you have any other questions about the class, please shoot me an email and I'm happy to respond to those. So I look forward to opening the Blackboard, giving you more information next week, all of the assignments, the syllabus, the content units, all of that's coming. But for now, I just wanted to say hello, enjoy your last week of summer break, and I am super stoked to see you this semester.